What's going on, guys? Halfway up, welcome back to the channel. It's Fizzer Friday. Okay, I know. It's been a while. Been a while since an episode of Fizzer Friday. But guys, it's been cold, man. And I'm freaking old. And I don't know. But here we are. I braved the cold this morning. It was very cold, like in the high 30s cold. Because we have some exciting news. Some exciting news I want to share with you guys. And it's going to kind of really be important to some of you. Because unless you are a member of the Fizzer fam who has been under the proverbial rock all this time, then you are aware that the absolute finest fuel map out there for the Yamaha FZ6R platform is the Hindle Performance Dyno Tune. You can find out all about it just, looking at my my various tuning videos on my playlist there, but I'll kind of wrap it up into a nutshell. Hindle Performance is an exhaust company out of Canada. I got turned on to them by Ride the Six. Ride the Six used or donated his bike, as I understand, as the prototype for Hindle's FZ6R exhaust setup. And in that process, they created a dyno tune because they wanted a tune, obviously, that was going to work best with their exhaust. Thing about it is, you know as well as I do that FZ6R, the bike is just equal across the board, right? The platform remained unchanged all this years of production, so it's really hard to find a mechanical power advantage over another Fizzer unless you've done little extra things like timing advance and what have you. I was more than willing to try the Hindle Performance Tune years ago, and I am still happy to report that it is the only tune I run. I no longer mess with any other maps, and I haven't for years. I tell everyone the same thing that asks me the question, which is practically on the daily through DMs and such, is, is the Hindle tune the best? Yes, it is the best. It performs just as well on the track as it does on the street and vice versa, and it simply is a leaner tune than the other ones out there, and it produces more power. Not dangerously lean, just perfectly dyno tuned lean, and it produces more power than the other tunes out there. And absolutely no hate whatsoever to FZ6R tuning pioneer Marthy, but I ran Marthy's maps for quite some time, and I found them to be a little pig rich for my flavor. So much so that you can totally just smell the exhaust. It smells like straight fuel. Overall the maps perform fairly well, until I started running the Hindle tune and quickly discovered that it's a superior tune. It's no two ways or buts about it. So I say all that to say this: a lot of you guys are sending me messages on Instagram and emailing me with the situation that you can't find a PCFC, and the only generation PCFCs you can find are the latest generations, which, as you know, or you might not know, but you will now, they do not read the PC5 maps, that is to say the .pvm file format. And so the Hindle tune was written for the PC5. That's the Power Commander 5. It's a PVM file. The Power Commander 6 and the latest PCFC generation will not read the Hindle tune. Now, I don't know what file format the Power Commander 6 operates in, and I don't know what file format the latest generation PCFC is written in. All I'm familiar with is the Power Commander 5's .pvm. Fast forward to here recently, there's a gentleman goes by the name Darth Moto on Instagram. We've been DMing back and forth He's been wanting to go with a fuel controller and a tune. Wants to do the Hindle tune. And he ended up getting a Power Commander 6. And boys, I am pleased to announce, after I've rambled all this time, that the Hindle Performance Tune is now available for the Power Commander 6, and I am prepared to share and send it to anyone and everyone who so desires to run the Hindle Tune on a PC6. Drop me a DM on Instagram at halfclickup, or shoot me an email, hcumotovlogs@gmail.com. I'll get you a copy of it. It's an interesting process. You know, I've always posited the idea that if you wanted to have a tune that is written for a different fuel controller, you could simply open the tune in the software that reads it, copy all of the values, open a blank tune in a different fuel controller software, paste those values, maybe with some minor adjustments as required, and save it in the new file format. And technically speaking, you should have that tune written in that new file format. Didn't know if it was possible, didn't care to mess with it because I don't need to, but Darth Moto, by God boys, took it on himself to become the pioneer for the Fizzer fam. So shout out to Darth Moto. And so he did just that. What he ran into was an issue with two values in particular that go beyond the value or the trim value of 20. Apparently the PC6 can adjust plus or minus 15% trim wise, and so when he would paste and try and save the tune into the PC6 format, the values that exceeded 20, or I'm sorry, that exceeded 15, the ones that are 20, they wouldn't save, they would default back to 15. And so he and I went back and forth a little bit, and he reached out to DynoJet and was able to confirm that, yeah, that's what's going on. And I was like, dude, you know what? Just load the tune on your PC6, on your Fizzer, as is, with those two out of like 200 values being just slightly off like that, and send it. I'm like, it'll be fine, right? Sure, it'll be fine. Why wouldn't it be fine? It's two trims out of hundreds, you know what I mean? So he did that, and he reported back that it was fantastic. And so just so you understand that there are two trim values that are not exactly like the PC5 Hindle tune, if you can get past that bit of irrelevance in the big picture, then the PC6 tune or the Hindle tune for the PC6 is ready to go. Drop me a message, drop me an email, I'll get it to you if you've been sitting there with a PC6 and no acceptable fuel map. It's ready, boys, it's there. It's here. So that's the news. That is the good news. Hindle Performance Tune available for the Power Commander 6. Enjoy. Anyways, guys, that is all I've got for today's episode of Fizzer Friday. No random, you know, motorcycle type discussion other than that important news. Should be a game changer for some of you guys out there. And so, yeah, that's all I got. So, like, subscribe, follow, or don't. Either way, I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's been Half Click Up with another episode of Fizzer Friday. Peace and goodbye.